Three, two, one. Third World Podcast. I didn't ask you if you were ready. Are you you good to go?
Always, dude.
That's what I'm talking
Always.
about, man. Where you been? You just ditched me on freaking Saturday morning. We had a whole trip planned. And this guy, no call, no shows. The morning of. What the heck, man?
Oh, this is how you want to start it.
Yeah, I'm drawing blood immediately.
Dang.
Yeah, no.
Um,
No.
I
Save it.
started a project the night before,
Uh-huh.
and it was one of those projects where if I don't finish it, I never would. So I kept going until 2 a.m. and then I went to sleep.
I hope it
And
was our gaming review for Resident Evil. Give me some good news, Scotty.
dude,
Yeah, this
one problem at a time.
this guy sends me a reel at 2 a.m. Keep in mind, we're supposed to be at my folks' place at like freaking like 6 or whatever, 6:30. And he sends me a reel at 2 a.m. And I said, this guy is not getting up tomorrow. However, I managed to catch a pretty decently sized fish. We were supposed to go fishing.
Dude, my fat butt would have rocked the boat. So,
Oh my God, shut up. You weigh less than all of us. Well, that may not be true now. Okay, I have lost
wow.
52 pounds. Look at that. Don't fit in a medium yet, but I'm not working out with it. I'm just dieting. So, I don't know. I'm doing pretty good. Just need my face to slim down. But, I think I look all right. Um, Man, we have so much to talk about. We've been MIA for a couple of weeks, but, we've
Yeah,
got,
I've been too busy jet skiing.
yeah, for real. This guy tells me a couple days after I say, we shooting? He says no, but like 2 days after we were supposed to shoot. But jet skiing, was that your first time?
Yeah,
How'd it go?
it was awesome. I stayed out there longer than anyone else.
Oh, okay. You mean
Like,
without wiping out, or did everybody freak out, or what?
no, I just I took it and left.
Mm-hmm.
I was out there for hours. They were like, "Where'd you go?" I was like, I lost track of time. It was my element.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, that sounds fun. Are you more outdoorsy than you thought you were, or did you already know that you're not, or that you are?
No, I just know what I'm comfortable with.
Yeah, that's fair. Um,
I don't like I don't crave like let's see. I'm not really into contact sports,
mm-hmm.
and I don't really love the idea of camping.
Right.
But I do like the idea of kind of really short, like, oh yeah, like an hour or two of getting out there, like hiking
Mm-hmm.
or jet skiing, just something interesting.
Yeah.
Like I'm always down to do something at least once.
Yeah. Sure.
And like I do love nature.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't. I used to hate it as a kid. Now I'm pretty in tune with it. Like I wouldn't like I really don't mind it at all. I don't even like hate the heat. Like I'm pretty tolerant with heat
Okay.
and cold. So yeah, I'm definitely like I'm great to go do something like one thing with, but yeah, short spurts.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. No, that makes sense. I hope you do like fishing when you do go. Have you been before or no?
I have not, no.
Okay. Yeah. So
That's a definite. So I've been getting into more hobbies recently, and
sure.
that's definitely I definitely did want to do it, but
Yeah. Yeah. Did you get a pole yet?
no,
Okay.
I don't really have that much room in my house.
Uh, I've been to his house. He's lying. This guy's lying through his
uh,
teeth.
you're thinking about yeah, you're thinking about the house like I'm the only one there.
Yeah.
In reality, I just got one room.
Yeah, that was a fun story. If y'all remember, your roommate was like, "Hello," like I'm about to kick the door down and molest him or something. Anyway, now,
No, I got into Warhammer painting. So
like recently?
I built yeah.
Oh,
So that's what I was building the night before. I was building this really cool table,
mm-hmm.
or at least assembling it.
Sure.
It took a long time though. Um, yeah, God, it took a long time.
Mm.
And then I went to the store the day after, and then I took a painting class, and I bought a set, painted a figurine. Looks
Oh,
pretty
you
good.
took a
And
class. Dang. Okay.
yeah. So yeah, I'm taking pretty. And then I ordered a bunch of supplies that'll be here
Yeah.
tomorrow. So I'm really hyped up on it.
Actually, not behind me directly, but to my right, I have a ton of miniatures that I never painted. I but now when I first got into painting, I had I went all out. I spent like $500, dude. I bought orcs, I bought
Hmm.
vampires, skulls, giants, dwarves, a
Yeah,
couple elves, pirates, and then I painted like maybe 10 of them. And I
it's
got
more than I had.
yeah, I mean, I got if you want some, man, hey, I bought furniture. I played D&D with one guy who did miniatures, and I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. And then I played
Yeah.
D&D pretty consistently with him for like a year, maybe even two, to be honest with you. But and then of course fell off. But I don't know, man. There's miniatures are fun. We should have a painting sesh. You
Mm.
should bring one on the boat when we go fishing, and then do
Sure.
that.
Yeah, it's kind of nerdy. I keep this one with me pretty much wherever I go right now because
Yeah,
I'm just so happy with it.
yeah, you just never know.
But um, what else? No, so I've always been scared of modeling because like in school, I was always really bad at like arts and crafts.
Hmm.
Like, you know how it's like, all right, children, line up with your finished projects.
Yeah.
You can always tell which one's mine
Mm.
just by looking at it. So like I always was scared of it, even though I liked it. I was just never good at it.
Yeah.
And then like one year, well, let's see, my grandfather talked about modeling planes one time, and I said I wanted to get into modeling to my mom
Hmm.
when I was a kid. She bought me this Ch- Chinese or Japanese model of an ATST that I wanted, but I didn't realize
Nice.
you had to put it together.
Yeah, those
And
Japanese
then like
models. Yeah, you
I
gotta
looked at it, I was like, this is way too complicated.
right.
I just never ended up building it. I kind of regretted that. So now I'm like, no, this is something like I want to do now
Sure.
when I have spare time. And I really, really do enjoy it. It's way easier than I thought to get
Hmm.
started.
Yeah, so you're doing Warhammer, so that's gonna come with a lot of stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
did
And
just
I do intend on getting on the game too, but
yeah.
that's a little bit down the road.
Yeah. Well, try not to get too into fishing once you do it with me, because you might accidentally discover a new hobby. Um,
Yeah, I'm
all
all
the
for it. And then cooking has been going well. I made
oh
fried
yeah,
rice for the first time, and
okay.
that's like one of my bucket list things where I'm like, I just want to learn how to make
Just make
really good
fried
fried
rice.
rice.
That is so
And all my
funny.
friends loved it, so I was like, good,
Oh my
I can
god,
do stuff.
you have not once yet cooked for me. That's so hurtful. Hurtful. You could have
The
sent it in the
first
mail.
time I cooked for anyone was literally like last week.
No excuses. Yeah.
Got you.
Have you been to Black Bear Diner before? Do they have one in the north? They have
Black
one.
Bear Diner.
Yeah.
I've heard of Black Walnut, not Black Bear.
Oh, Black Walnut sounds amazing, actually.
Black
But
Walnut closed down.
oh, was it
It
bad?
was amazing, but it
Okay, I
closed.
about to say nobody ate there. That's too bad.
It was just too expensive. It was very bougie.
Oh,
But
okay.
it
No,
was in Colleyville, and a lot of Colleyville stores are closing now because just it's too expensive to have any profitable business there.
yeah, we talked a little bit about when COVID happened. Did they come out after COVID or before COVID? Where they've been around for
Probably
a minute?
before.
Yeah,
I don't know if COVID was a problem though, because it stayed around for a while
yeah, for sure.
after that.
Yeah,
But like, for
it's
instance, have you had Hot Daddy Chick or whatever it's called?
no, I don't think so.
It's a chicken place. It's kind of popular. Hot Daddy Chick. I don't even know if how many more stores they have, but they opened it well after COVID. They opened it and
Mm.
it closed within like a year.
Oh, sheesh.
So it's that location.
Yeah,
It's just not
cursed.
it's not great.
Yeah,
Uh, yeah,
it's
the Warhammer
probably
store is actually in Colleyville, right next to the Costa Vida. If you ever been to that one,
yeah, no, it's probably real cheap to get started, to be honest with you. And then yeah, nobody eats there or whatever or goes there, and then they have to close down. But
yeah, it's really sad.
yeah, that does suck. There's a place by our house called Flying Squirrel. It's a coffee shop, and they opened during COVID. Or
That's brave.
they opened the year of COVID. So like COVID was February, right? So everyone plans January. Oh, I'm gonna open my business, and then you know,
Well, that's
um,
actually interesting because when I worked at Target during COVID,
mhm,
you've probably seen this building, but the owner of what now is Cafe Republic
mm,
bought a e-reader for me.
mm.
And he was like, "Yeah, it's a new restaurant. I think it was formed by cops, two cops, friends,
Okay,
and they were like,
I
yeah,
know
it's
how I
this
feel
new
about
like kind of
those.
brunch spot, and it's right next to the old Gateway campus,
Mm.
the NFW
I was
one.
about to say you gotta be
It's
specific.
called Cafe Republic. I never went inside, but it was really cool
Mm.
just to like, even though they just bought something from me, it was really cool to see like like a young entrepreneur being like, yeah, we're starting this new restaurant. I'm like, oof, rough climate. That was
Yeah.
1 year after COVID, I think.
Oh yeah. Man, I can't imagine, dude. That's so crazy because it took
They're
years
still there
for.
today.
That's good. It took years for people to recover. That's the thing. It just.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know, man. COVID set businesses back, and I don't know. It just took forever. But I'm glad for the people that pulled ahead of it. I
What do you
think
think about these gas prices, though?
they're
They're
going
going down.
down.
They're going
Yeah.
down.
Think. My God, you opened the door, man. I'm gonna say it. I'm not behind Israel on this one. And we are not a political
Whoa,
podcast. I
whoa!
know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I saw Fox News posted an alleged call between Trump and Netanyahu, and he
Yeah,
said, "If not for me, you'd be in prison. Nobody likes you." Like,
that is been
and
true.
I was like, I think I'm inclined to agree, man. I'm not quite sure why this. I'm not gonna call it a war because it's not a war until Congress calls it a war. You know.
Oh, sure.
So
Yeah, no, yeah, that's not a fun situation.
no.
But he's so right, right?
Yeah.
Literally, I don't think anyone is a fan except for like these weird kind of diehard
Yeah.
Christians, I
Like yeah,
guess. But
exactly. And look, I was one of them. I get it. Like you're supposed to be and you're supposed to support Israel no matter what because they're God's chosen people, right? But here's the thing. It's like if you read literally the Bible, if you literally read it, First Kings, Second Kings, God was very harsh with Israel. Exodus, all the
yeah,
way to the end of the Bible, God was very harsh with Israel. I mean, at least read the Old Testament. He was always critical. He threatened to blow him up several times and start over with Moses. You know,
yeah. Well,
so
it's like people also gloss over like Jesus being like so adamant about separate or blurring the lines or like bridging the gap
mhm.
between the Jews and Gentiles.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
yeah, I know a few people who are still like absolute diehard can do no wrong,
yeah,
and they're stuck that way.
yeah,
They're never
yeah.
ever going to change.
Right,
And I know some people who unjustly hate Israel
right.
to the point where it's like they're everything that's wrong with the world. I'm
Hmm.
like,
They're
I
like
don't
this
know
big on the map.
why they're so like the extremes
Yeah.
are literally all in or not.
Right. There is no there's I mean, there have to be more in betweens though than you or I, right? Like there have to be, you know?
I've tried. It
Yeah.
really is like even when I'm talking to a buddy, like, can you believe I'm talking to a buddy, right? And I'm
Yeah,
like, can you
sure.
believe that there's so much argument over this? And he's like, well, yeah, I don't understand. We're supposed to support him no matter what. I'm like, like, no,
Okay,
like
so not
have an opinion or something.
yeah.
Like,
So not the guy who support who blindly didn't support Black Rifle, right? Cuz they sell beans at their coffee place.
oh, you're
Okay.
talking, no, that's a totally different person.
All
No,
right. All right. All right.
dear Lord, no, I'm never gonna bring that up to that person.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
How dare they sell
Yeah,
more than beans?
I know. No, I totally I I'm with you. It feels like there is no in between, but there has to be more people than we think with an in between because you and I exist and we found each other, right? So there have to be more of us somewhere. There has to
I
be,
wish. Well, here's the thing. There might
yeah,
be individuals,
right.
but if you're like an organization or
Hmm.
like even like a
Oh, you
church,
have to pick
it is
one.
like
Yeah,
now my church, luckily the one I go to, hasn't taken any deals
good.
from Israeli government, but also they haven't taken like a big stance.
Right. Either
Like
way,
they don't denounce and they don't support,
right.
which is like exactly where I want to be.
Sure, I agree.
But like there's so many, dude, where it's like either they're like 100%
Mm,
one way or 100% the other
yeah.
way,
What's
and it's
wrong
an
with the case by
organization.
case? What's wrong with what's wrong with looking at every individual skirmish and being like, I either do or don't support that, or I'm indifferent. But no, no, like you
Yeah.
said, it's got to be like, okay, either you are for this or you're against
Hmm.
God, or you're for the slavery and killing of innocent civilians.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's messy. Sorry to deviate from so much, but I
Yeah,
was
or I mean,
like,
we're gonna talk
that
about
was organic. I think it
Supergirl
was,
in a second, you know.
yeah.
But well, okay. Here's another thing: was like, we're in a weird spot in America because, like, okay, I don't know really. I might have brought this up before. I apologize if I did, audience, but
Mm,
and remind me, Shaps, if I did. But like, what is it about Israel where we have to blindly? I'm talking about the government here, not so much civilians,
sure.
because we don't really have a say. We just have Twitter.
Yeah. I
But
mean, yeah. Um, well, there's the answer that, the government gives us, and I'll throw Trump in there as well, which
yeah,
is like they're our greatest ally. I
again,
think the deeper meaning is that it's a business partner.
Right. But what do they
And the
have?
only true ally we have in the Middle East where all the oil is. So I'm like,
So you just think it's
I don't,
oil?
well, they don't. I don't believe we get oil from them at all. But um, again, it's one of those like I think there's a lot of mutual benefit, you
Mm,
know, benefactory
yeah.
both ways. There's a lot of profit from having great good graces with Israel.
Yeah.
Even though, we give them a lot of money, like I feel like it goes both ways in some ways. I'm not entirely sure about that.
Right.
But the way, the only reason we're ever given is that they're our greatest ally, which
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know if I'm not feeling the whole, oh yeah, they support us just as much as we,
No,
that's
hell no.
impossible.
We're fighting
No
their
one can support
wars.
America as much as America
Hell
supports anyone
no.
else.
Yeah. But that's the thing.
Um,
Yeah. So my thinking is like I'm with you. There's something money wise that they have
yeah.
either over us or we just cannot live without them. But I agree they are a greatest ally, but there's no way because like here's the thing. But as far as the government's concerned, literally both Democrats and Republicans blindly follow Israel into whatever stupid endeavor they start,
Mm.
right? And that's something like okay, but Democrats and Republicans, especially in this day and age, maybe when the country, maybe in the country was founded, they had some common ground, but today especially, there is nothing they agree on. Nothing. I mean,
Oh yeah.
and it's one way or the other, no matter what issue it is. Except, and I'm talking about in government. I don't mean on Twitter. In the government,
Mm.
everyone agrees we have to support Israel. Biden
Oh yeah.
supported Israel. Kamala, yes, they ran ads on freeing Palestine, but that's not how she actually. When she went into the White House, was like, "Oh yeah, Israel. We have to support Israel."
Oh
And
yeah.
and Trump obviously does, and before that, Obama. Like everyone agrees for whatever reason, and we don't know what it is because you're right, they don't tell us, but there's something that they have or they have
It's just
over
like the
us.
whole
Yeah.
weird relationship we have with Russia, how
Hmm.
they're always the bad guy,
Yeah.
even though Trump has a weird friendship with Putin. And I don't
Hmm.
mean weird like they can't be friends, more
Right.
like I don't understand
Hmm.
how we could have one country that's just like so authoritarian and also like
Hmm.
has denounced America countless
Right.
times, yet there's also still some sort of weird under the table stuff.
Right. Right.
North Korea is kind of like that.
Yeah. They're just like okay.
Probably they're always the enemy. They're
They're
always the
this
evil.
big. That's why they're not a
Yeah,
real. If they were as big as Russia, dude, like then we'd be worried. But
sure, yeah.
it's like this little spot on the map that's just really freaking
Well, I'm
loud.
kind of tired of it always being, and this is
the same
probably
four the same
this
four
is too
countries.
no this yes, it's too conspiracy theory for my taste. However,
Yeah.
it's always the same countries,
Yeah.
no matter what. It's not like in Call of Duty where
Right.
like I don't know, some small country in Africa
Yeah.
rises up and becomes this huge paramilitary
Yeah.
thing. No,
What?
it's always North Korea, Russia,
Yeah.
Israel,
Iran,
and pick
Iraq.
your throw a dart at the board to see
Yeah.
which Middle Eastern country we're going to fight
Hmm.
now.
Yeah. What's Turkey doing? I want to know. Like what? Like they're up to something. They're worth sending forces over and checking it
Well,
out.
dude, I mean, here's the thing. I actually think we should be keeping a bigger eye on Saudi Arabia.
Hmm.
No one ever agrees with me on this, but
Hmm.
the amount of money they're
Ooh.
pouring into, you want to
Yes.
talk
Yes.
about
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Israel
Yes. We
pouring
did talk
money
about that.
into a propaganda campaign?
Uh
Dude,
huh.
Saudi Arabia is
Yeah.
doing that hardcore,
Oh yeah.
and no one cares as much.
Hmm.
But I know there's so much money
Yeah.
pouring in from them, so that's probably a big reason.
Well, let me throw in a disclaimer. I don't know anything. I'm your average uneducated American. So there's
Yeah.
that. That's the only disclaimer I'm gonna throw out there because I'm gonna say it. I'm with you on Saudi Arabia because I
Mm,
feel like way back in the day in the Bush, Clinton,
mhm.
that's what kind of China did when they
Yeah.
sold us out to China. And I'm
Mhm.
worried we're also working on maybe not even in our lifetime we'll see the effects of it, but I'm worried we're building up to getting sold out to Saudi Arabia as well as China. I think
Well, it's
is
just like it's kind of creepy, right? Like
yeah.
we all know what they do. It's not a
Mm-hmm.
secret. They're not really any better than North Korea with how they treat
Mm-hmm.
their people.
Sure.
However,
There's
they get
more
a
of them.
gold sticker for some reason,
Mm-hmm.
and they're pouring so much money in this. I mean, you can look it up. Like
Yeah.
this,
Yeah.
they're
We have.
pouring money into like the entertainment field,
Mm-hmm.
and they're buying up a whole bunch of property there and IPs.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's kind of shady. That's very much like Chinese tactics, like
They bought
buy up, everything that
mm-hmm.
you don't realize is owned by something. Like EA, that was one of the biggest, I think that was the biggest like tech acquisition in history.
Yep.
And it was kind of like that was weird. And then like that big comedian show that everyone
Yep.
hated for 5 seconds,
Yep. Bill
where all of
Burr,
them
Dave
sold out.
Chappelle.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yep.
And we don't really talk about it much anymore.
Nope.
But I think that was a big tell of just like
Yeah. They
where
got
we're going.
they got greedy and they kind of played their hand a bit. They showed like one of
Yeah.
their cards, but I'm with
Oh
you.
yeah.
There's a full deck that they're not showing, and
Hmm.
that's I'm kind of I'm actually with you. I'm worried about the next 20 years. Like,
Yeah.
what's their aim? What are they building toward?
Hmm.
I don't know. I'm not a Candace Owens.
I think
I don't like speculating. I want to know like right
I
up front.
really think it's like if you can't take America by force, you buy it out.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like.
Dude,
Like,
that's quite literally Winter Soldier. We watched that last night. We watched the Winter
hmm,
Soldier, and literally
nice.
their computer, Baron Zola or
Oh yeah.
whatever, Arnim Zola, he says, we realized taking America's freedom was too tough, and they resisted. But if they offer it up, if you change your
Oh yeah.
tactics and they offer it up, then it's so much
Just
easier to
like what I'm
conquer.
saying. Yeah, buy their
Exactly,
freedom. Buy
exactly.
the
Yeah,
everything. Like that's
yep. And that's
100%
that's America.
what
I
I think
mean,
is happening.
everything's a transaction. So, and I'm not saying it's a good or bad thing. It's just what it is. So, the people that have the most money, whoever
Mhm.
makes the best offer, you're going to sell to. So,
Oh yeah.
pretty crazy. But they still don't have equal rights for a lot of groups. That's the other interesting thing is they don't have free speech. They don't have women's rights. They don't have, but
But they have KFC.
exactly. They got I bet Saudi Arabia KFC is really freaking good though. I ain't gonna lie. But it's interesting, like, people complain so much about what's going on in America, but like, I don't know, man. You go to some of these other countries and it's pretty crazy. I mean, the people here have no clue, including myself. I'm not saying I'm better than the people that complain about our government or whatever, the people that I disagree with on TikTok. I'm not saying I'm any better
Yeah,
than them in that regard. I don't know anything about other
sure.
countries. Like, it's easier. Like Ellen DeGeneres, like, she fled the country. She went to what? Not Canada. She went to somewhere
Hmm.
and it's to get away from Trump, it's to get away from all the haters, is to get
Yeah.
and she's actually like posting TikToks about a lot of stuff she has to do now that she didn't have to do here,
Yeah.
including mow her own lawn, you know, and she's like, man, this is harder than I thought, it's just
The only thing I can respect about that is that I always am like, hey, if you keep saying you want to move away
then do it.
and you actually do it,
Yeah,
I'm like, cool.
yeah.
No complaints then.
Well, I saw on TikTok there was a girl who fled to I forget what country. It was something simple like Canada. It was like one of our neighbors, not Mexico for
Mm,
sure though. And she fled, and they had asylum. They had laws on immigrants. They had all this stuff
yeah,
that we have in America. So she's put not in a concentration camp, but she's
sure.
put in this special housing where she needs to earn her citizenship. Everything's freaking crazy expensive in Canada. That's the other thing. So
Yeah.
she's like, I'm out of money. So she's already begging for money
Mm,
on TikTok, and she's crying about mental health and all this other stuff that she needs. And
yeah.
she was like, and she won't admit that this was a bad idea and this is harder than it is in
Mm,
America. She wouldn't admit that, but she was saying it was really hard, harder than she thought, and more expensive than she thought. But like, we have it
yeah.
so good in America. Besides gas, I know exactly what I'm going to spend for groceries each week. I know, I
Mm,
budget it out. Like, but Maddie knows people in Canada that like their housing
mm,
market's worse than ours, way worse. And
yeah.
their house is so much smaller than ours. For the same price. Literal smaller bedrooms, less bathrooms, all that stuff.
Mm,
And it's the same price. It's ridiculous. So we actually, all things considered, have it pretty good in America. You just talked about gas. I mean, yeah, it went up when the Iran skirmish started, but it's going back down, and it'll go
it's
down
not
again.
going any higher than it ever has before,
Exactly.
which,
Yeah.
yeah.
For like a week, and like, yeah,
Hmm.
it's more than a week, but because like it was March when they went up, and now we're in
Yeah.
June, but they're going right back down. And if we resolve this conflict, the Strait of Hormuz is open. I could, I mean, I don't know, if we finish whatever this is, it could go back to 2 or under 2, something like that. I think so.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, sorry about that slight tangent about Israel. I feel like Rick when he got drunk with the Galaxy, the Guardians of the Galaxy ripoff characters.
Oh, dude, you can't reference that show anymore.
I
It's
know,
not.
right?
It's not relevant. Sorry.
No,
It's
I'm
cringe.
watching the new season, bro. It's when did you stop watching?
The season before that one, I
Really,
always forget that there's another season out. I have not seen any of the new episodes.
dude? Oh. So the season before this one, this current one.
I probably. I'm
Well,
pretty sure.
it's really good.
I haven't watched it in so long.
Well, this season is probably one of the better seasons than it's been in quite a while. I ain't gonna lie.
Mm.
They've really dig. Well, I don't know if you want any spoilers. Did you see the episode in season, I want to say 6, where they fight Rick Prime and Evil Morty's there? Did you see that one?
I think so. I'll
That's
be honest. I know exactly when I stopped. It's when Smiling Friends came out.
oh, okay. So
So I
no,
haven't seen it since
dude,
then.
you're missing some good stuff, dude. It's really picked up this season right now. They dug. It hit me pretty hard. It was very depressing, and it really dug into Rick a bit and like
Mm.
his psyche and his deeper desires. Very depressing, but it was actually, I ain't gonna lie, like this is one of the better episodes since like season 3, which
Mm.
was peak, honestly. Like season 3 is still probably gonna be the best season ever, but this season started really strong and it hasn't really slowed down yet. But we're only 3 episodes in. I saw the first 2. There hasn't been a
Mm.
lot of room for laughter this time. It's really been hitting us heavy with like character development.
Mm.
So yeah, now of course there's stuff to laugh at for sure, but like I don't know, dude, there was so much to like, dang, bro, like I had to sit back and be like, this is depressing, you know. Really good. It's a lot darker than previous seasons. Again, except
Mm.
for maybe season 3. Season 3 had some dark stuff in it too. So anyway, pretty decent so far. Strong start. I need to watch the new episode.
Mm.
I'm also working on an audiobook. So my wife's mom has a book. Let me see. I forgot the title of it, but basically, Maddie's narrating it. She's reading it. We're about 16 chapters in, and
Mm.
so then I edit it down. So not a very long book. There's 48 chapters, but some of them are like 2 pages each. So
Mm.
it just takes a while. But we're chopping that down, and then we got some more. When you buying some coffee, man, we got some. We got a lot of coffee lying around, man. We need you to snatch
I,
some
th- I,
up.
th- I thought we talked about it last time. Is that I'm not a coffee drinker.
Yeah, but you said you're gonna give it a try, and you even teased the idea. And you
I
can't.
also don't have any way of preparing it.
You have a work
So
coffee station, man. You just
a
learned how to
work?
use it. You gave me a whole story. You said
What are you talking about?
you said your boss had you go get coffee, and you were like, "How do I do this?" And then you made it, and you handed it to him.
That was like a Keurig thing.
You didn't know
Like,
how to work a Keurig, you liar! You are lying to my.
dude, I'm telling you, like no.
I've listened. I've listened to that story multiple times. You're not telling the truth. Just kidding.
No, that was like I don't know what the hell they're called, dude. It's just a coffee maker,
That's
and they
fine.
already had their own coffee. Like,
Okay. All right. All right.
so I'm supposed to buy it, take it to my work, dump whatever beans they had, insert your beans, make my coffee, and then tell you how it was.
You don't have to dump the beans. Just set it to the side and make the real beans. Make way for the real stuff. I can't believe we haven't talked about any like relevant topic yet. It's been 30 minutes. Whoops.
Yeah, it's
There's
just
like stuff
the
that's
life, dude.
there's like old news that I want to share.
What, you want to talk about Legos? You want to talk about
Bricks and
uh Brixie
minifigs.
Minifigs? You want to talk about the Amazing Digital Circus drama? You want to talk about
No, I want to talk about
I was watching
Supergirl.
this video about this father that took revenge on his father's abuser. That's pretty cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Uh
That guy was probably 97 years old. Well, we got to reset the camera. Give me 1 second. We'll get to some real nerd topics, don't you? Stay tuned for more on the Third Wheel Podcast. 3, 2, 1. Now, Shaps, you asked me a question off the air. Did I watch Summer Games Fest? No.
yeah.
That's the first answer, but also number 2. What the hell's that?
It's another Jeff Keighley thing. It's like think of like middle of the year
I'm done with
Game
Jeff Keighley.
Awards, but with no awards.
Okay, so just more.
And I thought
More
it was really
slop.
funny. Well, first of all, the thing I'm trying to think of like anything crazy they announced. The only things that like I really cared about, they announced the final part of Final Fantasy VII Remake, which is good. But
Mm.
we already knew that was coming out. They re-announced Wolf Among Us, if you ever played that.
Oh yeah, so that's
So
Telltale.
season
I
2
didn't play
is
it though.
actually has a release date now.
Oh, I thought season 2 came out already.
No, it never
Oh,
did.
jeez.
They basically they were making it, then it closed down.
Right, Telltale.
Then
My
they
bad.
started back up again, then that closed down. So now they're finally like set in stone. Telltale's back, and they are going to make it, and they're remastering the first one too. So I'm
You
like,
know, I think next week I'll do some research on the rise and fall and rise again of Telltale because that's a fun
dude,
story.
that's a good one because
Yeah,
like I forgot just how big they were,
right.
but it's just one of those classic
Yeah.
grew too fast and we
Right.
had way too many IPs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Um,
That's literally what happened. Hey,
and
you're
they actually
spoiling
have a
next week.
bunch of delisted games. Like
Hmm.
you've probably never even realized they had. Like they had a Game of Thrones.
Oh,
They
that's
had a Guardians of the
delisted?
Galaxy. They were working on Stranger Things. Like,
Well, if there's a game that you probably didn't know they had a Law and Order game.
oh what? Oh
Law
really?
Law and Order, yeah, where
Really?
you got choices, you had to find evidence, you had to go to court, and if you messed up the court trial, like My Cousin Vinny style, then you lost the case and the person would walk
Mm,
free. That was pretty decent, but it was very that was like their earliest game probably, and
mm,
it was a lot more linear than they. I mean, they were linear for a while. Even Walking Dead's pretty
yeah,
linear, fairly. Like
sure.
I can talk about that for hours. But anyway, and then what put them on the map, and this will jog your memory, was the Back to the Future game that they
Oh yeah.
made.
That was the first one I played actually.
Yeah, and is that
I loved it.
delisted? Yeah, is that delisted? Let me see.
I think it might be.
Let me pull it up real quick. Back
Most of their games are.
Right. Yeah. No. And it's because it was like these stupid backrooms games. This looks interesting. Hold on. Let me save this to my wish list real quick so I can look at it later. Very positive. Sorry, guys. This one's called Back to Hearth. Step into a quiet, abandoned Ukrainian village. I'm out of here. Left empty after the calamity. In this short, meditative, and melancholic journey, you'll rekindle the hearths of deserted homes, restoring warmth and hope to the families who once lived there. That sounds really freaking boring, but I'm going to add it to the wish list and give it a little look later. Okay.
It's definitely not on Steam.
Oh, I was gonna pull it up on Steam because that's where it would be if it's gonna be anywhere. Is Steam.
Yeah,
So let me just
it's
look.
not.
Okay, Back to the Future. I guess you gotta play like a ROM of it or something. So.
Even then, it's kind of hard because it was on the PS3,
Hmm.
and then
I mean, you can play it on your
that's where I
phone.
played it.
I played it on my phone. It used to be on the Apple Store. Yeah, no, Back to the
Yeah.
Future's not on there. Let me check
Hey,
the.
that's a shame because that was actually a pretty
Yeah.
good story. I
No,
liked it.
let me check the App Store real fast. Hold on. Because if Google Play doesn't have it, then the other one probably doesn't have it. Apple. You have an Apple phone?
Yeah,
Okay. Do you mind checking Back to the Future on the iOS?
I do mind. I want
Mm.
that on my search history.
Let's see. Back to the Future, but that's not Telltale, is it? Dun, 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 dun. It's not the game. It's some weird.
Yeah, no, it's not here.
Yeah, it's a weird companion app for the movie. That's stupid. But no, yeah, no, delisted. That was a good game. It's a shame some people never get the chance to play it, but that's interesting you brought that up. Okay, we'll talk about Telltale games in next week. I'll try to put together some kind of comprehensive like
I
timeline.
guarantee they've made like a few of those that you've never even heard of.
No, I'm with you. And I mean, Back to the Future was again the one that put them on the map, and I paid attention to them after that. So like I've heard of at least a few. So, but yeah, you're
Well,
probably right.
to to arrive at my point, it was funny at the end of the Game Fest before their last reveal. Jeff Keighley was like, "All right, and time for our last reveal," and everyone started booing. And so he was like, you could tell like he knew it was coming because he didn't really he didn't really give much of a reaction. He was just like, yep,
Nice.
and now it's such a difficult because you can't joke about it too much
No.
because it was the result of a dead game.
Yeah.
But we all found out that game was owned by Tencent, so
Yeah.
did anyone really lose?
How much did Jeff get from that boost, that promo?
Who freaking know? Well,
I
it's just
know.
funny because like I feel like he's gonna get that for the Game Awards this year, and then it's probably not gonna be mentioned again. But really funny.
Well, side note then, if you don't mind, do you remember, I don't know if you knew this, but that one time that when they revealed Cyberpunk and they got Keanu Reeves on the stage,
Yeah,
and then,
you're beautiful.
yeah,
Or
you're
whatever. You're
breathtaking.
breathtaking.
Well, they gave the guy that said "You're breathtaking." They gave him like a free copy, collector's edition, which wasn't worth much at the time when the game came out. It sucked balls. But anyway,
Ooh.
at the time it was like a big deal. So they gave that guy a free collector's edition, right?
He made a YouTube channel just with that persona. I don't know if you knew that.
Oh no, I didn't know that. But
So online, he made a YouTube channel where
yeah,
he was just the breathtaking guy,
yeah,
and he
that's
tried
funny.
writing that to fame.
Hey, I mean, hey, more props to him. We haven't gone viral yet, but anyway, well, that ruined the rest of that showcase because then everybody thought they'd get free stuff by screaming. So then if you watch the
Uh,
rest of it, the next group of people come out and they're like, here's this new game Frogger 3D, and everyone's like, yeah,
mm,
yeah, and they're like screaming and and they're interrupting and they're being and like it just ruined the rest of the conference. What turned out to be a sweet moment, a nice sweet little fun thing that happened actually ruined the rest of the showcase because then everyone thought they were going to get something free for being the loudest, and that was the rest of the
mm.
conference. So, you know,
Do you remember the Elden Ring boy?
no,
So when Elden Ring won their award, their Game of the Year, I'm pretty sure it was Elden Ring.
mm.
There was this kid who walked up on stage and took the award and just said, "I dedicate this to Joe Biden."
Oh my god.
And then he got like tackled. But like, what's funny is that all the developers are Japanese, so they didn't know what was going on. So, so they're just like awkwardly kind of smiling as this kid walks up and just
I'm
like
going to Google that right
tries to
now.
take the award.
I want to see this. Let's see. What game is that again? I want to watch that as soon as we're done with this episode.
Elden Ring. I'm pretty sure it was Elden Ring.
Elden Ring Boy Award
I
Tackle.
dedicate this to Joe Biden.
All right. Yep, there it is. Okay. All right, I'm saving that for later. Yeah. I guess I mean I want to talk about Supergirl like before we
Oh boy, here we go.
yeah. So okay, I really want to talk about this. So I guess the first thing we can talk about is Mando and Grogu box office real fast. Uh
Mm,
Mando and Grogu box office $294 million worldwide. It's estimated that this needed 400 to 500 million dollars just to break even, to just literally to cover. Now that's cheaper than what it used to be because it used to be they needed like 700 million. So they did. So we
oh
talked
yeah.
about this a few months ago. They did lower how much it was going to cost to make it, like 165 million for the budget.
Mm,
However, you got to times that times two minimum for marketing. I don't know where that money goes because you don't see the marketing. It's not that
yeah.
good. It wasn't that good. We talked about that. Marketed poorly. The name was done poorly. Movie was okay. So I don't know, like all the headlines, Fox News, CNN, New York Post, anyone that does an article on the box office, it says like Star Wars or Disney has a long way to go to
Mm,
earn the fan base back, and that's so sad. One of the reasons why the movie I think personally didn't do so well is and we didn't cover this one. They waited when season 3 of Mando was really bad. It turned off a lot of fans and it killed a lot of the hype for the future of Mando and
mm,
Grogu. At the time, that was the franchise saving Star Wars. They didn't realize season 1 was going to be as well received as it was. It actually reignited the fan base and got a lot of merch sold, Baby Yoda stuff sold. And then
yeah.
Kathleen Kennedy realized they had a hit. So then season 2, they springboarded a lot of spinoffs, taken away from the core heroes. And then season 3 was very DEI centered and very focused on pleasing a lot
Mm,
of people. The every color you can think of, every body type you can think of. It was all about pleasing everyone, and it in turn alienated the people that watched the show from the beginning. I think the other thing that hurt the movie was Mando season 3 was what, like 4 years ago already.
yeah.
Like so the hype was just gone. Um, so yeah, they waited too long. One, to make a Star Wars movie in general, and then two, like between season 3, which wasn't very well received, and then 4 years after that, you get the movie, which still wasn't very critically well received, failed to generate any hype for people to go see it. Although it had a lower budget, it wasn't enough to cover how much of a hit it took at the box office. So, quick update on that. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Um, very uneventful. I actually liked the movie a few days. Like I liked it more as time went on.
Mm. Yeah.
I came to appreciate it more.
Yeah. I mean, for what it is, I think what's that dude? What's that famous director that hates Marvel movies? He
Was it
made
Scorsese?
Martin Scorsese. So he played the monkey chef character.
Yeah.
That I didn't realize that till well after the movie. And it's weird. He hates Marvel films, but he shows up for Star Wars.
He's
Uh,
kind of just doing roles now,
that's
but
fine. I mean, I don't hate the guy at all. I very much respect all the work he's done. So
you know what's funny? I came out, I watched I swear it ties into this. I watched Obsession. Well, I watched Backrooms and Obsession.
nice
And I
double
came
feature.
out of Obsession. I want to preference this. I do think it was a good film,
Yeah.
but it was Alamo Drafthouse. I walked out and I
Oh
looked
no.
at the poster for Mandalorian and Grogu and I said I had more fun watching that one.
Oh my god. I'm gonna let that go.
No, 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 no. There's a reason for that. There's a
Okay,
reason
well,
for
go
that.
ahead, elaborate. We got 20 minutes left. Go ahead, tell me.
Yeah. So, Obsession, sister begged me to come see it with her. I had no interest in seeing it because not because it wasn't I didn't think it was gonna be good. It's because I think it's more of a sensory thing now that I think about it. Loud noises, hate it.
Sure. All right.
And jump scare, that's why jump scares are bad. Like I don't, it's not that I hate creepy stuff. I
Sure.
really do like that stuff,
Yeah.
but loud noises and jump scares, like it does, it triggers me. Like it
Sure.
really does trigger me. And like, it's the anticipation. It's like, I know they're going to happen. So it ruins a film for me.
Yeah.
I can't enjoy a film where I know it's going to be around every corner.
Mm-hmm.
So you can look it up. It's apparently it was a common issue. Either the film was mixed really loud, or some theaters had the audio turned up way too high.
Yeah.
But the one I went to was so loud that I had to cover my ears for more than half of it.
Mm.
And it wasn't like I'm scared, cover me. It was it hurt my ears.
Yeah.
It was so freaking loud.
That's crazy.
Like the screaming and then the
Well,
chunks, like all of it was so. And we were at the
yeah.
back of the theater. It was just like right
Mm.
next to speak. It was so loud.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not a very loud movie because,
Well,
like, is even
really think
yeah,
there's a lot of screaming.
right,
She does a lot of screaming,
yeah,
and then there's a lot of like, like,
yeah,
and I'm telling it's so much.
yeah. I believe you.
So I did not. I think it's a good movie. I did not enjoy it one bit though.
That's fair, I guess.
So walking out of it, I looked at man. I was like, I would have had much more fun if I just watched that again, because like not
That was
scary.
quiet as a
Plus,
mouse. That was a
my ears
quiet.
would have. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. I'm like my ears would have been
that was a
fine.
quiet theater.
But that was just like a fun little.
Yeah. All right.
I actually really like Backrooms though. Backrooms to me was like the perfect amount of scares.
Mm,
Like that is my limit. That's my like
yeah.
comfortable
I have
zone.
zero interest in back rooms. Not because it.
It actually is. I think it's pretty good.
Okay.
Um, and it actually has some scenes that I argue are scarier than
Sure.
Obsession.
Okay.
I think it's a scarier film in general, but
Mm-hmm.
it's one more balanced. But I enjoyed that a lot more for sure.
Okay. Yeah. Hey. So now we talked about Mando's box office. We got 15 minutes. Okay. Supergirl. I have a lot of thoughts about this. So the budget,
Yep.
$175 million. Okay, that's
Uh,
about the same as Mando and Grogu. That means it's going to need 400 to 500 break even, right? Because like even
yeah.
if I've seen the trailer, even if you haven't seen the marketing, that doesn't mean it doesn't cost double that to freaking market the film. You know, it costs a lot of money to show a trailer, to make a trailer, to distribute it, and then you got merchandise, you got all this stuff. Like I said, Mando and Grogu very poorly marketed, but they spent a lot of money
Mm,
on marketing, believe it or not. I don't know where it went. It probably went to Kathleen Kennedy's mattress, but it exists. So
mm.
$175 million budget, box office predictions. And then I want to read her quote about Christian dads. So, Supergirl is already facing box office kryptonite. Set to fly into theaters June 26th, the marketing campaign is in full swing, and for good reason. This isn't just another superhero from Warner Brothers, the second feature film in the DCU. Let's see. It says that Superman was a success, which is cool. Let me find what I was reading here. Okay, so Let's talk about pre-order sales. Let me see here. Pre-sale numbers. Ticket sales for June. It says they're strong, but what I was reading, it says it's tracking to make 55 million domestically. Okay, so 315 globally to break even, but is tracking to make less than the Marvels in some areas, less than Fantastic Four. Let's see. Oh, there's another one.
Well,
Probably,
the Marvels had a huge budget, so is that
yeah.
taken into
Oh,
account?
absolutely. No, the budget. They thought they were gonna make $1 billion off of that.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Finally, less than half of Superman's first weekend. I read a good article and I can't find it now. I'm sorry. 1 second. Uh, reported 175. Okay, it says it's tracking far below Superman's opening. They're not sure why, which is hilarious because I could tell you why. Anyway, but it was saying it was tracking to make, and I'm talking about just making less than Marvels. Like Marvels made $0, but I'm talking about what it made versus what it cost to make it. Below the Marvels, below Thunderbolts, below Mando and Grogu because it's Star Wars, but it's gonna need like 300 million to break even, and pre-sales are down right now. Like they didn't sell as many pre-sale tickets as they thought. I want to talk about this quote right here. So. In a March interview with Vanity Fair, Alcock said she was certain to face online backlash for playing Supergirl and likened the experience to something she felt when she starred as the young version of Rhaenyra Targaryen in the Game of Thrones prequel series House of the Dragon. She says, "It definitely made me aware that simply existing as a woman in that space is something that people comment on," Alcock told Vanity Fair. "We have become very comfortable having this weird ownership of women's bodies. I can't really stop them. I can only be myself." And then in May 20, with Variety again, she doubled down on her commentary and sexism, took aim at potential members of Supergirl's viewing audience in the process. Here we go. You ready? "I guess women know that this is just how it's always been, unfortunately," Alcock told Variety. "It is from a lot of people whose profiles have no photo, who are burner accounts. Or someone's name, and then it'll say dad of 4, Christian," which is hilarious to me. She's talking about their profile saying dad of 4, Christian in their
Mm.
bio, and then them coming in and talking bad about her being a woman in the movie, right? And then she says, which is hilarious to me, but I mean, whose opinion do you really care about? If you're pissing the right kind of people off, you're doing okay. So immediately, the headline started. Millie Alcock says that pissing off Christian men and dads is the right type of people to piss off. Um, I know I read it to you kind of confusing just because I had trouble like finding the nuggets in the article of what
Hmm.
she was saying. But like, what do you think about that? Like, do you think like, oh dang, you done did it now? She done pissed off the right wings or the Christians, or do you think they took what she said out of context, or what do you think? Where are we at on this?
To be perfectly honest, I get her confused with Snow White, who I get confused with Miss Marvel, or Captain Marvel,
Brie
whatever the hell her name
Larson,
is.
yeah,
I they all sound the same, and
yeah,
I don't take offense. I
mm-hmm,
don't care.
yeah,
That it's just like this stupid horse has been beaten since Ghostbusters,
yeah,
right?
for sure.
And the dead horse has been beaten since then. And I really cared about it back then, and I really just don't care
Freaking
anymore.
10 years ago, we
Like
were so young.
this Superman isn't going to be, or Supergirl isn't going to be a huge enough movie to spark such reaction.
Yeah,
It's not warranted. I'm still burnt out with Snow White. Like that just went on for so freaking
I
long.
know it did. It
I'm
didn't
like,
help they pushed it back a
okay,
year.
yeah, another female lead who either is taken out of context, which is just as possible as her trying to spark up hatred or anger or whatever. Like, it's so tiring, dude. I
Yeah.
have no interest in it.
Yeah. Well, okay, so here's the thing. Supergirl, it's weird to me they went right out the gate with just female Superman. And I'm
Mm,
not talking about the comics. I'm sure she's a great character in the comics. I played Injustice 2. She's really well written. I enjoyed her. I played her a lot. I love anything Superman. I'm going to see Supergirl because I like Superman.
yeah.
I like anything with the big S. I'm a dork. I love anything with the big S on it. It's like the Hulk. I'll go see anything Hulk related, and I'll probably like it. Okay, I love Superman. I love the S. I love Hulk. I love Gamma. I eat it all up. I'll eat the slop. However, right out the like, okay, at least Marvel waited 10 years before they started just making everybody women and a very diverse cast of women. Like, at least it took them 10 years. They started smelling their own farts, and then they started making women only movies, right? There's the standard defense that you hear the creators go for, the directors or the actress. They say, well, this movie's not for you, right? You hear that. You hear this movie's not for you. It's for the ladies. Here's the thing: you're in a Supergirl movie. The women don't watch Superman. They don't watch Supergirl. Like, you want to with your superhero movies, you want to appeal to that demographic, which is men, white men in particular. Those are the people that just watch. It's just what it is. That's the demographic you want to hit. To hit mainstream, like, that's something Marvel did after like 10 plus years of setting movies up, and people liked Iron Man, but they didn't like Thor, so but the hype was enough to, like, okay, everybody started going to see the movies just to see what would happen next. But Hollywood has a history of, like, oh, we'll just take an existing IP and make the gender swap version of it. And unless you can point something out to me, Shaps, they always have a history of always failing, no matter what, like, pretty consistently. Like, you brought up
Yeah.
Ghostbusters. That's a really good example of, like, we took something that was one predominantly male IP, their fan base. Like, now you could say it's a movie for everybody, but, like, I mean, unless it's like families watching it with kids, like, I would really say the demographic for Ghostbusters at the time and even now, like, unless you're putting it on for the whole family, it's still probably a very niche demographic, And so you take that IP and you make them all women. I don't care that they did that. Like, was it pandering? I don't know. But the box office numbers came in and people were not having it. It did not hit mainstream. It didn't get great audience reviews. There was just a lot of stuff. And then look at Superman with Christopher Reeve from like 1970s or whatever, right? And they made those made a lot of money. Then they made the Supergirl, right? And it failed, like, miserably. Like, it made no money. It's considered one of the worst superhero movies of all time. And so, like, I don't know, Chaps, why do you think they keep just gender swapping these roles and expecting everyone to go, like, watch it, Superman, I'm surprised, did it so quickly. You know what I mean? Like, it was like Superman and then very next movie, Supergirl. And it's tracking to make less than a lot of superhero movies, And I'm just not sure why they keep trying to do this. They keep trying to take a demographic that's predominantly male, and they keep trying to just release these women characters that never, ever turn a profit, And I'm just not sure why that keeps happening. It's the data's there. Like, people don't turn up for these, You take something like Barbie, and, like, they knew their target demographics. Now, eventually it hit mainstream because of Barbenheimer and all this other stuff, and Barbie ended up being a decent movie to where kind of everybody went to see it, so it made $1 billion. But Barbie played to its strengths. It knew, like, it didn't try to appeal to men. It just literally stuck with girls, kids, women, all that stuff. And then it did really well. So why do superhero movies or even other just predominantly male-centered demographic IPs keep trying to make those movies where it's like, oh, no, we want to bring the women in too? And it never works because that demographic doesn't exist. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, they keep going for something that just never happens, So, I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know. I have nothing much to add to that. Just I'm tired of it that it keeps happening, but I mean, there's a million and one things that studios don't learn their lesson on. So
Sure.
nah, I'm not. It's pretty inoffensive to me.
Yeah,
And
it's
I'm
not
just like,
offensive. It's like
I just wish I'm
yeah.
at this point. I don't know if I'm just getting older or whatnot. I just want to watch films and enjoy them.
No, I agree. I enjoy flops. I enjoy box office flops. I enjoy analyzing what went wrong. And I get what you mean. Like, you're tired of the girl actress, or, not just girls, but like, I don't know. We could list four off the top of our heads of like women who are just like, I want to piss off men
Mm,
when I'm promoting this film, and it hurts the box office a lot. So yeah, I get the like, I'm tired of it because it keeps happening, and it will keep happening. Um,
mhm,
I like some of the people that grew up and learned to either stop talking, or they just said, like, it's not worth it. It's not worth shutting doors on further career opportunities. Um, but I do enjoy box office flops and analyzing it. And I think the
mm,
problem with Supergirl, it's not going to make Superman money. It's not going to make. I don't know. I'm questioning whether it's even going to break even. It needs 300 million to break even, and they took Superman and they made the girl version of it, and they're trying to release it thinking it's going to appeal to everybody, and it probably won't. And I know her going around talking about what she talks about isn't going to help, but I don't think it's going to hinder the box office that much. Because
mhm.
like what should have caused a major stink actually didn't. Like the headlines came and then they went kind of quick, and that's because I don't think people care at all that Supergirl's coming out. Like period. I
Yeah.
just think people are like, oh, that's coming out. Oh shoot, like less than a month. Dang, I didn't know that was coming out. They weren't going to
Mhm,
go see it anyway, and that's why nobody cares. So I don't think it's gonna one break even. I'm a little surprised if it makes like even close to that. To be honest
mhm.
with you, so I don't know. What I am interested in is like the mindset behind like taking something where it's like our demographic is men, and then just still trying to just flip it and just like, okay, we made it with women now, so all the women are gonna go see it, and they never do, never, like very consistently. Like look at all the history of it. The only one that made money was Captain Marvel, but that was because it was sandwiched between Infinity War and Endgame. Ant-Man 2 made a lot of money because everyone was trying to get hints toward what Endgame was going to be about. What are these in between films setting up? But that's it. Everything else they've tried to swap the gender on, and it never. There's so many movies, like there's so much data to go
Yeah.
off of. It never, ever, and I mean this. I mean this so much. It never, ever works. Why do they keep doing it? you know.
Mhm.
And you brought up a good point. Like, there's a lot of stuff that Hollywood just never learns from, right? And you're right.
Yeah.
But like why but this one I feel like it's just so easy to pinpoint, you know? It's such an easy thing to pinpoint of like just quit doing this. Just stop it.
Well, it's not even like the studio at this point. It's just like rogue actors, right?
Mhm.
And how can you control that unless you're Disney?
Yeah,
Um, which even Disney can't even control it themselves.
right.
They kind of invented this, right?
Mhm.
They're very much responsible, I think, for just poisoning this generation to think that
Mm,
we care what celebrities think.
right.
Um, I don't have that many, as far as like celebrities go, I don't have that many idols left.
Yeah, right.
Um, especially like actors.
Yeah,
I don't care who's a Christian anymore.
right.
I don't care who's
It's
not a
like
Christian
it's like
anymore. I
whatever that
don't.
means too, cuz
Yeah,
like
it's exactly that has
yeah,
its own
right.
problems
They've got
and
skeletons,
connotations.
you know.
I don't care who's in a scandal anymore. Now, obviously, if it's like
Yeah, I care, but
with a
not
grain of salt,
but you're not
yeah, it's
surprised.
like I'm not surprised
Yeah.
anymore,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
It's so diluted and it's so much. I'm just like, man, I wish you could just all shut up. Like,
Right.
I really wish it was like no one. You know how like no one really cares what I think,
Right.
but that's how I like it. Like, I'm glad my opinions. Obviously, we're doing a show, but my opinions aren't like plastered, on every
yeah.
news outlet overnight.
Right.
I wish it was like that for celebrities. I wish it was just like, no one cares. Like,
Mhm.
no one plugged it or no one tried to rage bait. But it's not. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to give it attention because
Yeah.
like, but a lot of people do, and that's the problem, Caleb, is that so many people still do care.
yeah.
So many moms, so many dads, so many Christians, so many atheists, so many
Mhm.
whatever, care so much. And it really is just like appeasing what? Trying to appease the Twitter crowd,
Right.
which, like you've said many times, like those are the people who don't even go see movies. Like, it doesn't matter, dude. Like, either cater to the people who are going to go see your movie or just shut up.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone was waiting to see what she had to say.
No, definitely not.
Like,
but like
Who really is looking up? I don't even know her
so
name.
so setting aside her opinion, why do you I mean, do you really just think it's 'cause Hollywood doesn't learn their lesson about like just gender swapping? Like that's the thing. That's the part I really want to hammer down is like
Well,
the
like I said
yeah.
before, I don't think this incident feels like it was more just the actress, but
Yeah.
I don't think it was a bad move to make a Supergirl movie because,
Mhm.
like, I do know her a little bit, like, not
Sure.
super well, but like I know her enough to be like, I think she's strong enough to hold a film.
Mhm.
And it's like it's kind of as long as it's not like the
Mhm.
next main thing.
Right.
Like how what was it? Wasn't the Marvel supposed to be that? Like they really built it up to be like
Yeah.
the big thing
The
of the
next
year,
thing. Yeah.
and it wasn't. So
No.
give them a modest budget
Yeah.
and see how they perform. It's like I'm sorry, Superman is just so happened to be a male character, but
Mhm.
I think we're also forgetting it's like Wonder Woman did really well.
That's true. That's true.
So it's like make another Wonder Woman movie too. While
Mhm.
we're at it, it's like I'm not going to get mad just because it's a quote unquote gender swap. They are
Mhm.
quite different characters, like Superman and
Right.
Supergirl. So I've never
Yeah.
actually been offended by that.
Yeah.
It's when it's literally like let's literally rewrite a character to be a woman,
Yeah.
and then the actress goes on board and says, "Oh my gosh, it's because of this." Like,
Yeah.
I feel like it's almost that Hollywood doing them dirty, like setting them up for failure
Mhm.
in that way.
That's fair.
Like, um, I am not opposed, to changing things
Yeah.
anymore,
Sure.
like that much, as long as we can acknowledge the original exists. When it's something like this, Supergirl did not have to be offending. It didn't have to be. It was already a well-defined character that from the comics, and from movies and games or whatever. Like, again, it was that I don't think she was designed to be that. There's
Yeah.
plenty of characters, gender swap characters in DC and Marvel that were only designed to be the female or male variants, right?
Right.
Heck,
Yeah.
Hawkgirl, she's the original.
Sure.
Hawkman was the rewrite or the gender swap, right?
Sure.
So it's like,
That movie didn't do well
um,
either.
uh, yeah, he's very uninteresting, and she's
Oh
actually
yeah.
the really interesting one.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So yeah, I'm not mad at all that there's a Supergirl movie. Heck,
Yeah.
I said it at the very beginning that I was very excited to see it as soon as it was teased. Like
Yeah, no. And I
just
want to
because I
watch
love
it.
the universe
Yeah.
so much, I
Sure.
love the characters. Like
Yeah.
I'm a pretty big DC fan, so that's not what all at all went through my head when I saw Supergirl. Was that,
Yeah.
oh crap, they're gender swapping? You know who
Right.
really complains about that? It all it's the Christian fathers. No,
Yeah.
it's the people who don't, like you say all the time, who don't read comic books, who don't know
Yeah.
anything about it.
Right.
Like they're at a glance,
Well,
that's
that's
what
the
they're
thing.
assuming it is.
Well, see, I'm gonna have to disagree.
Even the people
Yeah.
behind it, even the
Right.
people who are show running it don't understand.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
you
one
can't
thing.
just make Supergirl and think, "Oh, this is the
Yeah.
our answer to the, women empowerment movement." It's like,
Mhm.
"No. She was her own character. It's like she has her own villain, she has her own backstory. Like
Yeah.
she's totally different than Superman." Like I don't know how. Well, why can't you just ride with that?
Yeah.
It's like be proud of that. That the fact that in a time when she was written, it was so common to gender swap characters that she actually had a well-defined character and
Right.
backstory and personality and
Yeah.
everything.
So I want to go on the record. I think Supergirl's going to be good because it's a
Mm,
James Gunn. He's not
yeah,
directing it, but it's a movie that he's supervising. He signed off on, and he's probably
yeah.
happy with. I think it's going to be good. But immediately when I saw that it was coming out after Superman, which already didn't make as much as they were hoping for at
Mm,
the box office, I still say it was a success, but it didn't make the $1 billion that they were kind of hoping for. Immediately, Supergirl being the follow up, I'm gonna have to disagree with you. It's not because I think it's gonna be bad. I just think nobody cares. Nobody's like going in to be like, oh yay, Supergirl. We're gonna, what I'm saying. That's the point I'm trying to make. It's not gonna make money. I don't think it's gonna break even, uh, much less make a profit. Maybe
mm,
I'm wrong. Like I've been wrong about box office before, but my first thought was like, nobody cares. Nobody's gonna watch this, and with the ticket pre-sales, I really don't think her talking and running her mouth has as much to do with box office as you'd think. It did for Snow
mm,
White, I will say that. It very effectively hurt Snow White.
yeah.
Supergirl, like I said, there was no big outrage. There were headlines and there were comments,
Hmm.
but nowhere near on the same scale because it's Supergirl. Like it couldn't even drum up that much controversy. You know what I'm saying? That's the point I'm trying to make. Was like nobody cares. I don't think it's gonna.
I'm
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
might I guess I just might be biased. I really, if you're not familiar with her, she does just have a cool story. It's like
Yeah, I believe
I
you.
wish it wasn't drowned out. Is it the name? I'm trying to think of like what it is that like people are drawn away from because yeah, if people don't go see it, like I get why, but at the same time, it's a shame.
Yeah, if it's
I
good,
like I'm probably the only one who's curious. Oh, dude, are they gonna bring Power Girl into it?
Power Girl's so
And
hot.
a lot of people are like, "Who the hell is that?"
Oh no, I know. Oh, Power Girl's so hot, bro. I would love a Power Girl.
But also, guess what?
Sorry.
There's a bunch of different or origin stories for Power Girl. Like,
Yeah,
is she a
right,
clone or is she an alternate universe? You know,
right.
it's like I'm telling you that it's a lot. She has a lot more deep stuff than people think. Kind of like you were
Yeah.
arguing, She-Hulk was like that. You know, like
Hmm.
She-Hulk actually had more of a story than people gave credit for.
Personally, yeah.
Um, but then Marvel shot themselves in the foot, or
Right.
Disney shot themselves in the foot by making it more than it was. Like
Yeah.
making arguments, whether it doesn't need to be.
Right.
So what the heck is Supergirl's name? The actress
Millie Alcock.
Alcock.
She's really pretty, by the way.
She's just not doing anyone favors
No.
by making a battle when there doesn't need to be. Like,
Right. And that's
I
any
feel like it
actress.
would have
Yeah.
been way better. She just like been humble about it.
Right.
Just didn't have. You don't even have to. You don't have to make a statement.
Yeah.
Just
No, I agree with that.
yeah.
I don't mean to
Oh
sound
well.
like Trump. It never should have happened. No.
We'll see. I'm
Again,
still gonna go see it.
yeah. I
I'm
don't.
probably gonna like it.
I don't think actresses or actors like unless they're child molesters. But other than that, when they run their
Right.
mouth, like Marco Ruffalo won't shut the hell up.
Oh yeah.
But it's not going to hurt Spider-Man's box office numbers. I
Yeah.
don't think Millie Alcock saying I'm pissing off Christian dads is going to hurt the box office. I really don't. I think what's going to
Mm,
hurt the box office is it being called Supergirl. I don't think anyone
yeah.
cares. And it happened to Ghostbusters. Like, they did the girl Ghostbusters, made $0 and 0 cents at the box office. Sony literally lost $1 billion. And then they did the soft reboot. They did not Frozen Empire, the other one, Afterlife. It made money, And it's
Maybe they need to lean in, like I was saying earlier. Maybe they need to lean into. People bring this up a lot. Like, why can't you just lean into the characters who were already what they were?
yeah.
Like, I brought up an example of Wonder Woman earlier. Like, there's so many. A Zatanna film would slap. I'm saying there are so many really cool female superheroes that were always female, that were always this way, that have really cool stories. Like, I think a Zatanna film would be great. A Huntress film would be cool.
Oh yeah.
Black Canary.
They're never
Like,
gonna come out. Oh,
never.
yeah, never. Because nobody's gonna watch it, And like I like Black Canary too. She's really hot.
Mm, yeah.
Yeah.
You're the problem. No,
No. You
but
give me
my
Black
point is, it's
Canary.
like if they, it's
Oh my
almost okay.
God.
James
Sorry.
Gunn's the person to do it, right?
Sydney Sweeney as Black Canary. She will make $1 billion.
Okay, that's kind of perfect.
I'm
But
telling you. Okay,
that's
go ahead.
brilliant.
Continue.
But what I'm saying is, okay, Suicide Squad, the
Yeah.
Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
James Gunn's the Suicide Squad. It took a whole bunch of characters that no one's ever heard of. That was the
Mhm.
point. If anyone can make a character that no one really knows that much about interesting, it's James Gunn.
Right.
That's why I'm like, I
Again.
wouldn't shoot it down so quickly because I'm
No.
like, I really think, um, dude, something like that. Heck, he could probably make the Question interesting,
Yeah.
more interesting than he was.
No. And
Just
again, I think it's going to be good. I'm going to be on the record. I think it's going to be a good movie. I'm
yeah.
going to see it. I'll eat anything Superman. I will eat slop Superman. I'll watch it at least once. I didn't watch Man of Steel more than once, but like I said, I'm not against Supergirl. I'm just saying it's not going to make money. I don't know why they made it. Is because it's not a good business investment.
I get,
Is what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
I still stand by. If anyone could make it work, it'd be James Gunn.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's not directing, like you said,
But will it make money? Probably not.
Yeah.
Of course.
Who knows?
I think the movie's gonna be good.
Word of mouth goes a long way,
That's
so
fair, yeah.
it could be one of those kind of secret, like sleeper hits.
Okay. That'd be cool.
That goes under everyone's nose. I mean, probably not. I get it.
Yeah.
It's probably gonna flop like a Marvel film does.
Yeah.
But
A
I
female-led
think
Marvel
a
film.
DC film, superhero film,
Mhm.
kind of holds a little weight.
Yeah.
Because people are anticipating this James Gunn verse.
Right.
Um, so I feel like more people are probably gonna go see it than you think.
Okay.
Not the numbers they're probably anticipating, but
No.
probably more than you think. I don't
Okay.
think it's going to be like a Miss Marvel situation where no one sees it.
Right.
I think there's going to be probably like a handful, and I think it will be good. And I think word of mouth will give it like a little bit of life.
Okay.
Um, just and this is part of it's wishful thinking, and part of it is what I generally think will actually happen. Because yeah, I have no reason to think otherwise at this point
Hey, fair enough.
until the big flop happens, which may happen,
Yeah.
may or may not happen. Who knows?
Yeah. I think it's coming. I'm. It's not because I want it to fail, but I feel like James Gunn's DCU is already off to a rough start with Superman not making $1 billion.
Mm. He's got a lot. He's got. I mean, it's a tough market, dude.
Yeah.
Like superhero fatigue is still real.
Yeah.
He's
Sadly.
got Doomsday to compete with and Spider-Man to compete with. And if Doomsday flops, then that's just going to either make or break this new universe. Because like,
Yeah.
either people are gonna be completely done with Marvel and move over to DC, or they're gonna be done with superheroes like in general.
Yeah. No. I hear that.
But if Doomsday does really good, it could revitalize a lot. Maybe.
We'll see. All right. That should be it for today. We're at an hour and 10. Good episode, guys. Lots of topics. I have to cut out the whole rant about Israel, but
Of course,
no.
we were paid to, so we have
Yeah,
to.
we have to. Sorry. They promised us $2 of gas. So,
One
all right.
for each of us.
Yeah. All right, guys. We'll see y'all next time. We got some good stuff in there. Hope y'all enjoyed if you stuck it out this far. Numbers say you probably didn't. But that's fine. I'm still going to be myself no matter what. Boom. We'll see y'all next time, dudes.
Goodbye.